we want to invite Jesus to say to us, quiet, be still. Those are the same words he said to many demons. And for me, demons are just another symbol for people who are seriously disturbed and out of control. Some people need constant guidance in order to do that. But that's how God works too, through medicines, through other people like therapists and psychiatrists. But again, the words of Jesus, quiet. What happens when we're quiet? But we have the possibility to think. And we have the possibility to be aware Jesus is not asleep. He's quite alive, quite awake, and quite present. So again, that the idea that Jesus was asleep in the boat, that was their perception of where Jesus was, and it was their fear that was keeping Jesus from being with them and helping them to establish some degree of quiet and stillness. So, when we talk about the sea, it's an ancient symbol for the uncontrollable monsters that can easily create all this turmoil. All we have to do is read passages like in the book of Daniel in the Old Testament or certain passages in the book of Revelation, and we hear about all these monsters coming out of the sea and coming out of the heavens with dragons with 95 feet of snarls on them, knocking half the stars out of the sky. Again, those are all symbols for how either we choose to create turmoil in very significant degrees and levels, or we choose to focus on God's presence, which is the main point of the book of Revelation, that if we focus on the presence of God will see us through any turmoil and any disturbance that life can provide or that we can create. And so for me, the point of this gospel passage for this 12th Sunday in Ordinary Time is, in fact, where is God? And we seem, again, another issue that's quite obvious to observe today is the degree of fear that exists. The fear of people to accept certain realities. And that we continue to come up with the craziest notions of how we say that this particular fact isn't really a fact. And take, for instance, the leader of our church, Pope Francis. People don't like him to the degree that they say he was not really properly chosen. Well, isn't that some situation to be in? That we're going to say that the Holy Spirit evidently took a vacation. In point of fact, that perhaps the Holy Spirit had her way and said, it's time for somebody to be Pope who is going to call the people to responsibility. A Pope who's not necessarily going to, again, encourage people to think in terms of what's right and what's wrong, but where is our conscience? Where is our degree of faith formation? Where is Jesus in our lives? Is he basically asleep in the sense that, don't need him? Do it all on my own. I'm happy creating all the turmoil I can. That's part, the more turmoil I cause, the less anxiety I feel, because the more tumultuous things are, the happier I feel. Crazy. Nuts. Maybe I should take a breath, huh?